Hi, I'm Dr. Michaels, and you're welcome to Talk with Dr. Michaels. And this show, we're going to talk about how to take yourself out on a date and what to do when you take yourself out on a date. Are you excited? All right, be right back. Okay, so there are many things that you want to do or sort out before going out on a date. Have you ever gone on a date with anybody else? I know you must have. But have you ever gone on a date with yourself? Just yourself alone? I don't think so. So, number one, you want to tell as many people as possible that you won't be available. You want to shift or move your calendar away, and you want to have a time for just yourself, a me time, just by yourself. All right. And number two is you want to consider where where to go. What are the places? What are the options you have that you could go to? To have a me time. Okay. So remember, it's a date. So you want to figure out what are the things, where will I go to. And number three, you can come to a place like Anem here. Anem here is a very fantastic place where you can come to have a nice time here in Ibadan at Onireke. And the third thing you want to do is, what do I have to wear? If you are a lady, I know ladies are very particular about what they wear. So you are going to either check your wardrobe to figure out what you will wear. I know that several ladies might have to buy an outfit to wear, while some already have a lot and they can pick out from. Another one is the next step is you want to know you want to check your financial status to be sure that you have enough money in your account to be able to figure out what you're going to buy, and of course that will also determine where you would go to. After getting that set, you want to know what are the things I'm going to take along with me. Imagine you having a date with a lady or with a guy. You want to put your phone on silence. So you are going to you might take your phone along with you, but it has to be on silence. And then you are going to make sure that you get there safely. So you have to either order a cab, or you take your car with you, whichever one you want to do. Remember, it's a special day. And then when you get to the place, you want to order for whatever you have ordered for. So what do you do with when you have a date with yourself? I will tell you. First of all, I would like to share my experience with you. I remember the first time I went on a date. It was in medical school. I can't really remember what level I was in at Ogun State University, Ibadan. Ogun State University, Nigeria, of course, not in Ibadan. And I went to an ice cream shop, and I ordered for ice cream in the morning. Who takes ice cream in the morning? Of course, I've never gone on a date before. So I took myself out there and I took ice cream in the morning. And I sat down there all by myself. And, it's so nice. So, why should you take yourself out on a date? One, you need to be in a relaxed atmosphere. You need to calm yourself down. You need to let your mind be in a calm, strategic position, because the mind works best when it is relaxed. And then you start thinking of negative thoughts when the mind is anxious or it is not stable. So you want to go to a very calm place, and that's the purpose of taking yourself on a date. The second reason why you want to take yourself out on a date in a relaxed atmosphere is you want to also relax your body. You want to relax your body and take good care of your body with nice treats. If you know what I mean. And nice treat varies from one person to another. The third reason why you want to take yourself out on a date is you want to have a me time. I know you have been taking care of your husband and your children. I know you have been taking care of your wife and your children. I know you have been taking care of your siblings. But you have never set time aside to take care of yourself. So you need to take out this time to have a me time, so that you can have a separate time for yourself. So, what will you be doing when you go out on a date with yourself? I'll tell you. But first of all, let me share an experience with you. I asked a girl out on a date when I was 18 years old, and this coming month I'll be 41. So I had prepared for all kinds of questions that the lady was going to ask me. And funny enough, after preparing for all the questions that the lady could ask me, then the lady asked me a very strange question. Have you ever prepared for an exam and then you are so ready and then you are asked a very strange question? And then you are thrown off your feet. So the lady asked me a question. What is your favorite color? The question was so strange. Yes. And I didn't prepare for that question, so I could not even come up with any answer. Of course, the lady said no to me at the end of the day, but I went back home thinking to myself that if I don't know my favorite color, what exactly do I know about myself? And from that day, since I was 18 years old, for the next 25, 20, 23, 25, 30 years, even up until now, I've been asking myself a lot of questions. But between 18, for the next 20 years, after 18 years old, I asked myself roughly 200 questions, ranging from why was I born? Why am I here? Do I have a future? Why was I born by this parent? Why was I born in this hospital? Why was I born in this country? And endless questions, all kind of questions, relevant, irrelevant. To you, or to me, those questions may not feel relevant, but at the end of the day, they really meant a lot to me. So I was able to ask myself a lot of questions and I was able to know myself. If you had asked me to talk about myself before that date that I had with that lady, I won't be able to say a lot about myself. Mind you, I came from a home where my father left my mother at the age of 8. When I was 8 years old, I literally stopped my father from beating my mother at the age of 4. So I had a psychological trauma. I was not aware of it. A lot of people have psychological trauma and they're not even aware of it. They're not aware of it because it's not something that you can see. Do you understand? But they can see the effect in their lives because our lives mirror our psychological states. Shall I say that again? Our lives mirror our psychological states. So I started asking myself many questions and I started getting answers to them after a period of time. So this is how it goes. You're on a date with yourself, sipping or taking ice cream or sipping a drink. And then you now go ahead to ask yourself questions, several questions, meaningless questions, meaningful questions, or questions that are meaningful, sorry. And then you can go on and on. You can't get embarrassed because you're the only one on the date. So you can get to ask yourself any question. Why do I like this food? Why do I like wearing this outfit? What's my favorite color? Why do I talk like this? Why do I do my eyes like this? Why do I move my mouth like this? Why are my lips pink? And then you can get to entertain yourself while you're also on a path to getting to know yourself. The thing is, in getting to know yourself, the first step is getting to ask questions. So you ask questions. From getting to ask questions, you get to know yourself the more. That's self-discovery. And after getting to know yourself the more, or the more you get to know yourself the more you start getting answers to those questions. So note, you get to ask questions, and then you get to discover yourself the more, and that now leads to you getting answers to the questions you already asked before. So it does not really matter if the answers come immediately. No, it doesn't matter. The most important thing, as I've discovered during my therapy sessions with my clients, is asking those questions. So, can you start asking those questions now? Can you start asking those questions now? It's not important you get answers to any of those questions or all of those questions, but start asking those questions now. Yesterday, during the Twitter space, my first Twitter space that I had, and it was titled How to Discover Yourself, someone asked, what if you are not prepared for the answers that will come? Very true. There are some answers that will come up because answers only come to those that ask questions. Now, So before asking questions, you need to get yourself prepared because answers are going to come. I can assure you. Life has a way of supplying us answers when we ask questions. Should I say that again? Life has a way of supplying us answers when or if we ask questions. So if you don't ask questions, you won't get answers. So so you need to get yourself prepared for any kind of answer that might come. And then you need to get yourself prepared for objective analysis. So you have to be as objective as possible. So imagine, a surgeon is coming to work on a patient, and then the patient is not relaxed. The patient will get to slap the doctor. Immediately, the patient see the doctor bringing a knife to cut him or her. So that is why you need to be in a relaxed atmosphere. The relaxed atmosphere might even be in your room. The relaxed atmosphere might be at, it can be anywhere. But the most important thing is it can be at a beach, on a mountain top, wherever. Just make sure you get a place where you can be all by yourself, and and then have a me time, and then you start asking yourself a lot of questions. You can start from simple questions, obvious questions, to very deep questions. Who gave birth to me? What makes me sure that it is my father, my current father and mother that gave birth to me? What if somebody else gave birth to me? Do I look like my father? Do I look like my mother? Are you sure I'm a bona fide member of this family? You can get to ask yourself all those kind of questions. So get yourself prepared, psychologically prepared for those answers. If you don't ask yourself those kind of questions, who will? Can you remember that advert by Peak Milk that says, who will? Who will? You are the chief executive officer of your life. Whatever happens to you is dependent on your choice, the choices you make. There is no external force that is going to determine your fate. Your fate literally lies with you. And so, since nobody is coming to ask questions, and since nobody is coming to help you unless you activate the forces that bring the person, so you need to start asking those questions. A lot of people are living their lives thinking that their fathers and their mothers will always be there to help them. So I've seen a lot of people who are so attached to their parents, attached to their family members, thinking that, all their religious leaders, that thinking that, oh, they will be there for me. If I have any question, they will answer it. They will answer it for me. If I have any problem, they will answer. That does not work all the time. You are the chief executive officer of your life. Your spouse, your parents, they are not the chief executive officer of your life. Whatever happens to you in life, your parents cannot be held responsible. Your spouse cannot be held responsible. Your children cannot be held responsible for any aspect of your life. You are the one that is literally responsible. So what do you think you should do? Take time out regularly, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. You can even make it a daily experience. Like make it a lifestyle where you get to take yourself on a treat. Not necessarily something very serious or expensive. It could just be a drink. Just sipping a drink and just be in a relaxed atmosphere, and then start asking yourself questions so that you can get to know yourself. That's self-discovery. And the more you get to know yourself, the more you get to have answers to those questions. Do you know what? As I begin to round off, everything you will ever need is inside you. All the answers that you need for those questions, they are already inside you. So if they are already inside you, who do you think should get the highest focus? Who do you think you should focus on? Who do you think you should spend time with the most? Who do you think you should ask the questions? You. And as you get to ask yourself those questions, even the creator will be able to help you in answering them. And your subconscious mind too will also be able to help you find answers to those questions. Remember, if you don't, who will? So this is my what should I call it now? this this is my 50 cents for on how to take yourself out on a date, why you should take yourself out on a date, and what you should do when you are out on a date. And the fact that you can literally take yourself out on a date on a daily basis as a lifestyle. So imagine being on a date on a daily basis as a lifestyle. That would mean you getting to know yourself and being transformed on a daily basis, billions of times in a day. So people who met you yesterday will be meeting a new person today. So you get to evolve over and over again. But if you don't ask yourself questions, you can't get to evolve. You won't change, and your life will not change, because the state of your life currently is also the current state of your mental health. So in order to have a good mental health, you need to spend a lot of me time so that you can have enough energy to be able to do or get other works done. All right. So a big thank you to Anem for providing a place for us to be able to use for this show, and also to our contemporary for this scrub outfit. Of course, Anem is at Onyoreke Jericho Ibadan here in Oyo State. You can get to visit the place. You would love the place. All right, till next time when we get to meet. I really love today's topic. What do you think? Let me know what you think about today's show. This is Talk with Dr. Michaels.